Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. What a show we've got for you today. I'm going to talk about my first thoughts on Avowed after having played it during its premiere on yesterday's first stream. I'm going to give you an update on Smark Guys and what's going on over there. I've got updates on DSP Throwback and a brand new Skyrim remastered playthrough. We've got two big news stories today, including Xbox using generative AI to develop games and bring back backwards compatible ones, and Amazon Gaming throwing in the towel, admitting defeat because they suck. I wish that was a joke, but that was actually the story. All this and more on a very exciting, jam-packed, and chill episode of the Level 1 Podcast. So where you going? Sit down, buckle in. It's time for the show.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo!
Alrighty, folks. Today is Wednesday, the 19th of February, 2025. And you may be wondering, well, what the heck is going on? How did things go last night with Smark Guys, with all of the big, rumors and drama and controversy and conspiracy that we've been having over the last week, right? Well, let me tell you, it went horribly. Right in the middle of the show, while we were doing our normal shtick, Ashton and I were interrupted by Steve Cambion, and he came on the show like some kind of a Darth Vader supervillain, and he used his force powers to cock smack me all around the show. It was very embarrassing. Sure, whatever you say. No, last night went well, and actually we had a pretty well-supported night. If you'd like to take a look at the leaderboard there, we hit the goals. In fact, we raised about $400, over $400 in support. You know, our goal for that show is 500, but we raised over 400. And as I told you guys, if I get basically $150 during that show, because we split it down the middle, I count it towards my goals. So guess what? That did count. And we're now at 18 out of 20 goals hit here on the stream. So before we even get to any news, any opinions, any updates, FYI, we're 18 out of 20, and DSP tries it for McDonald's. Shamrock Shake plus more can happen as soon as today. All right? Here's the deal. Got to hit 2 more goals. All right? If we hit 2 more goals on this very stream, I will order the McDonald's, and we will do DSP tries it right after the gameplay segment of this stream ends. We'll do it today. Okay? I would hope that we could do that. It would be great if we could actually hit that today and get the McDonald's today. All right? But if we don't, it's not the end of the world. All right? If we don't, we could still do it tomorrow, but we have to hit 2 goals today. All right? So please support the stream early and often. Super chats, super stickers, memberships on the YouTube side, subs on the Kick side, and of course, tips between both. It's third party through PayPal. Let's get some support going. Who will be the first person to contribute today? We'll find out shortly, won't we? Okay. Now, let's talk about how yesterday went. Because yesterday was a very interesting day. First half of yesterday, I played Avowed, the new game from Obsidian that is fantasy-based. You know, Obsidian's major outings as of note, and lately were like Fallout New Vegas or Outer Worlds. This game being completely different, set in a fantasy setting. And you could probably go as far to say that, quite frankly, this game is basically Obsidian's take on Skyrim or Elder Scrolls in general. And I would agree with that statement, that it's very, very much trying to emulate what Elder Scrolls has done. And how did it go? Well, we had good attendance because I think people were very interested to see what it would be. Graphics, very, very good on the PC, except there's one glitch where all the small animals don't move properly and basically jitter around like this instead of like smooth animations. They go, and I don't know why, because my wife is playing this on the Xbox Series X and all of the animals move normally. So it's some kind of a weird PC exclusive glitch. Okay. But outside of that, character models look great. Environments look great. Everything looks great. Combat, great. Various different ways to play it. Whether you want to be like a big bruiser with melee, whether you want to do range with a bow and arrow, or some magic use, or a hybrid of all of those, it's all available in the game, and it's quite good. The leveling system, interesting with different skill trees and the like. It's exactly what you would want from this kind of RPG. The open world exploration and discovery and puzzles and platforming are all good. It's a unique kind of a hybrid where it kind of feels like you're playing a combination of maybe a game like Dishonored, but combined with Elder Scrolls. So far, for me, I'm having a great time. The one drawback so far is that the story's just okay. The story hasn't really fleshed itself out enough for me to really make a judgment yet. But, 2.5, 3 hours in, I'm enjoying myself, and I'm actually looking forward to playing it more on the late stream tonight to get a better opinion. I feel like I've only scratched the surface so far, so I can't make a full-on judgment until we play more, okay? So, it's funny because I've played 2, 3 hours, and a lot of people have already dumped on this game and said that it's crap or whatever. I don't feel that way. So my wife actually played it last night, and she played more than me. I think she ended up playing like 3 or 4 hours, so she's further in. Her main complaint is that in combat, moving forward, she says you're gonna get overwhelmed because there's enemies that'll be laid out. Let's say you enter this room and all of a sudden you're surrounded by enemies. And they'll be like melee enemies, but ranged enemies. Then there'll be an enemy back in the corner hidden that's buffing everyone. And if you don't kill them first, it's almost impossible to kill everyone else in the room. But on first take on that mob, you wouldn't know that. And so it ends up being quite annoying and feeling kind of grindy in certain fights where it's like, shit, that didn't go my way. Let me maybe reload or something to try to do it better. And I can understand that, why that would be a little frustrating. And also she said she's 4 hours in the story advanced and she's still not really hooked that much by the story. So maybe the story really is the weak point. That seems what a lot of people, even reviewers, have said about this game, is that the story is the weak point. And if that's the case, that's kind of sad for an RPG, Like the whole point is a great narrative that hooks you. That's really what RPGs are all about when you really think about it. So I don't know how that's going to go. But anyway, I'm excited for more tonight. I hope you'll join me on my late stream tonight for more Avowed. So that went well, but we didn't hit the goal. I want to say by the end of the stream, we made like $85. So listen, I'm not going to sit here and complain about that. That's good. But the goal is the goal. We're trying to hit it. And the very first RPG that I've played in months since I instituted my no RPGs rule, the first stream we don't hit the goal. Do you see what I've been saying all along? Do you see why I'm skeptical about playing games like Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, the Suikoden Collection, and further RPGs coming out soon? I want to play RPGs. I'm excited for it. But it seems like I just can't get people to come out and support RPGs. And I don't know why. RPGs are a humongous part of gaming, right? A giant chunk of the gaming market is considered RPGs and RPG gameplay. Why I can't seem to get at that level of viewer, right? That people who like those RPGs, why I can't get them to come by, I don't know. That didn't used to be like that. I used to play RPGs all the time, and they always used to bring in viewers, engagement, and support. And now it's kind of like I turn on an RPG and people go to sleep. And I don't get it because yesterday I was interested in this game. I was not complaining and saying, oh, this game's boring. I was having a good time. And I'm not sure what else people are looking for on my streams besides me playing the game, having a good time, and being honest, and then interacting with the audience. Like, what else could a gamer really do, right? So why is it when I play action-based games, I tend to get good supported streams, but then when I play RPGs, it always seems to be slow? It makes me worry about tonight on the late stream. When I play Avowed again, what's going to happen? I don't know. Anyway, so that's what happened with Avowed yesterday. You can check out the gameplay on the channel. By the way, I think the videos looked great. I was really pleased because this was like the first major release of the year, honestly, that I was doing my new setup with the better capture, the better audio, the new face cam. All of that was in effect. So hopefully people who maybe are checking out my stuff for the first time in a little bit, because it's a game that perhaps they're interested in a little more than the stuff I've been playing recently, perhaps they'll check it out and be like, "Oh, the setup looks great," right? I hope so. So, I guess we'll see. All right. So last night, Smark Guys, okay? The wrestling commentary show over on DSP Reacts and of course on my Kick channel. Few things to cover here because there's some important stuff to discuss regarding the show. First of all, it's canceled completely. We're never doing it again because PPP betrayed me horribly, and he's a horrible person. He's a snake. Year of the snake, right? So that's it. It's done. Of course. At least that's what morons were saying all week because they're morons. But of course not. Last night went well. We had a great show. First hour was our shtick of begging for donations and razzing and going back and forth and just talking about everything but wrestling. And the funny part is, from what we're seeing, half the audience likes that and half the audience absolutely hates it. Really. So some of the audience is like, wow, we like it. It's fun. It's something different. It's a different side of Phil because I don't really do that kind of stuff here in my normal content. So it's good to see me come and be out of my comfort zone and be on the hot seat a little bit. And to be honest, I think it's fun. I don't do that stuff normally in my own content, right? I don't. And to actually breach out a little bit and do different stuff, I feel is exciting and fun. The thing is, I don't want it to be every show, but to have a venue where I can cross over with someone else from a different kind of content and have that kind of exposure is fun. Okay. But some people just don't get it. I think what it is I've been through so much over the last, 10 to 15 years and all the abuse and all the slander and bullshit on the internet. People don't get that when I'm there with Ashton, it's different. That it's not meant to be malicious. It's actually supposed to be funny because it's hard to take a joke when you've been the butt of abuse for 10 years. I get it. But I'm changing and learning to take jokes and everything, and I think that the show is better for it. So I do hope that people will tune in and listen. If you're watching Smark Guys just for wrestling commentary, you can literally skip the first hour of the show last night and just skip to the final 90 minutes, and you're going to get the wrestling commentary portion. Okay, just being honest. But I enjoyed it. All right. So, had a great show last night. Attendance was good. Support at first wasn't that good, but of course, PPP going into his crazy preacher beg mode and went so overloaded that boom, all of a sudden people started contributing and the floodgates open and we almost hit our goal by the end of the night, which is crazy because for me, I want you to think of it this way. For me, $500 on any given stream is like an insanely huge win. For me, be honest, right? I don't make that much at all. On a good day, I'll just hit the goal on a stream. For PPP, that's like that's like underwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Take a look at how they do on Kino Casino. The insane amount of support that they get over there. So for him, he's really working hard, to try to get us to hit this $500 goal on the show. And geez, when he gets into it, it's actually exhausting for me. Like, I'm sitting here listening to him and I'm starting to sweat and I'm not even the one talking and I'm starting to sweat the way that he goes crazy, right? Pretty nuts. But anyway, I felt it was a good show. Okay. Now a couple things that come out of this. Number one of the things, all right, that came out of it was that we were talking about, it's been advertised on the WWE product for weeks, these Topps WWE collector cards. All right. So it's the same as any cards that I used to do back in the day. Like I used to collect cards. I used to be into Marvel, like X-Men and Marvel Masterpieces cards and stuff like that. But they're made by Topps. Topps has been around forever. I used to collect Topps baseball cards in the 1980s. So they've been around the longest, I think, from most companies. And they're advertising them heavily on WWE TV. So we were talking about, gee, why don't we actually get a box of these, right? And we can actually spend a segment unpacking the packs and looking to see if we get rare cards, like an autograph card or one of the chase cards or whatever. It could be like a fun thing to do. So we're like, yeah, I think we'll actually do it. So after the show, I went online to look into it. Basically, exactly what I thought is true. So back in the 90s, when I used to be into this stuff, collecting was pretty nuts. All right? Because in the 90s, it was the height of the comic book era where everyone thought that every single comic book, every single collectible you bought was going to insanely exponentially increase in value and that you were going to be able to buy something for $5 and it was going to be worth $5,000 in just a few. People were that ignorant. But since then, the cold collector thing has exploded worse and worse, quite frankly. All right. I looked it up last night. Get this, for a box of 2025 WWE Topps trading cards. So I'm not talking about, 4 packs where they charge you like $30. I'm talking about the full box that you would see at the store, because that's what you used to get. You would buy the whole sealed box, sit there opening packs, looking for chase cards, collecting, building your set and stuff like that. That was the incentive. That was the point of it. And it was fun. It actually was a lot of fun back in the day. A box of those cards you can't buy. Wanna know why? They're all sold out. Those cards came out 2 weeks ago. It was, I think, February 1st, they went up for sale, and collectors immediately ran to get them. And when they got them, they bought them all up. So you literally cannot buy a box of those cards unless you buy it from, like, a scalper, okay? And the scalping prices are insane. Absolutely fucking insane, all right? I was looking online, like, where can I get it legit and where can I get it the fastest? Here's the best I could find. I'm not even kidding you. I wish this was an exaggeration. $380 for a box of the cards, and they won't ship it to me until April. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, I remember this. This is how it used to be. Like, no lie. The only way that I could get a box of cards back in the day was I had to pre-order it at my local comic book store. Back when comic book stores existed. So back then, you would actually talk to like the owner or whatever and be like, hey, listen, I want to pre-order a box. I'll pay for it ahead of time. Can you order it for me? And they would. They would order it for you ahead and they would hold it for you so no one could rush the fucking store and try to buy it on release day and you can't get it. So that's pretty much the situation with these cards. All right. Like, I would love to get a box of them, but they're not readily available. And you can't even get them right now. They're telling you have to wait like over 2 months, right, to even get them. So, listen, maybe I just don't know the avenues to get them. If anyone out there is aware, hey, is there a way that DSP could actually get a box of these cards quicker and for less than $400? Even if I was spending up to like $100 or something on a box, I think that'd be reasonable and get something out of it. It would be a fun segment and a fun thing to do. Maybe I could open a few packs a week. You know what I'm saying? Looking for the chase. Maybe we do 5 packs a week. Like, well, did Phil get the chase this week? Did he get it this week? Who did he get in the pack this week? What's the best card he pulled this week? That could be a segment for Smark Guys that could work. But I need to be able to get them. The problem is the time. Like, I'm not going to wait 2.5 months to get my hands on these things. You know what I'm saying? So, let me know if anyone has any knowledge of this, because I've been out of the collector's loop for a long time. So maybe you guys know better than I do, how to get them. I would love to know what I could do. All right. Please give me the info and we'll go from there. Because we thought it was a great segment. And then I looked it up last night, kind of deflated the whole goddamn thing. Like, oh, seriously? Like, that's the situation? We can't get it any faster than that? So FYI, next week, there is no episode of Smark Guys because, as I said, I've canceled the show. I was so snaked and felted by PPP with his actions that I cannot stand to do another show with him, and the whole show has been canceled from the ground up. It's done. Okay? I'm totally not joking. No. Kino Casino guys, Ashton and Andy are going on vacation. So because of that, they're not doing their show next week either. So obviously, I can't. I could do Smark Guys solo. I really could. But to be honest, do I want to? No. The whole show is us interacting off of each other. Ashton brings the energy. I bring kind of the layman's perspective, not having watched wrestling in a long time. We're different. We're different people for sure. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'm not going to be doing the show next week. Okay, when it comes back, it'll be in 2 weeks, and it's going to be the post-Elimination Chamber show because the Elimination Chamber is March 1st. So it'll have already, happened, and we're going to be recapping the Elimination Chamber, and of course the Raw after and all of that. So there you go. Okay, 2 weeks for Smart Guys. It means next week there's going to be some more gameplay. Cool. Anthony says you can get WWE cards on Fanatics right now. What is Fanatics? Anthony, can you explain what Fanatics is? I would love to know. Take a look. Fanatics. Okay, it's a website. And I'm looking right now, and I'm gonna do tops 2025 WWE cards. No, you cannot. What you're seeing on Fanatics, okay, is the crappy ripoff box. It's $30 and it's like 4 packs. And there's absolutely no guarantee in that box that you're actually going to get the rare chase cards that you're looking for. That is not the box that I'm referring to. I'm referring to the actual, they call it a hobby box or a factory box. I'm talking about the box that you actually get at the store that the store has. Like if you went to Walmart and they have the display box you pull the packs out of, that's the box I'm looking to buy. Okay, that one would have probably like 30 or more packs in it. It would last a long time. But in those boxes, you have a guaranteed rare card, like the highest level. Usually each box like has one. Okay. Top 100 Genji says that's how the trading cards are now. That's a retail box. Hobby boxes are thousands of dollars now. Well, how many cards are in this box? It says $30. How many cards are in here? It doesn't even say. Details. 7 packs per box? 7? Do you expect me to believe that that retailers are buying a box of cards, there's only 7 packs inside? I don't buy that. This seems like this is what they're selling direct to customer as a way to scam the customer. I want the real box. You know, that's what I really want. Yeah, it says 7 packs per box, limit 8 boxes per household. 3 exclusive refractor parallel cards, 4 additional unnumbered refractor parallel cards, at least 7 insert cards per box. So, okay, so 7 insert cards. What they're saying is there's 1 rare card probably per pack, but they're not guaranteeing you the good ones. If you buy the retail box or the hobby box or whatever it's called now, those are guaranteed to have the highest level of card, 1 in a box. So you know you're getting a good card. Here you go. Lucky Gremlin says the pre-order was $160 for the hobby box on the Topps website, but you missed out. So basically, there's no way to get it. You're saying you had to pre-order it. If you didn't pre-order it, you just can't buy it. How fucking stupid is that? I wonder how much is an actual pack. I wonder if I could just buy it. If I could find a way to get it from like a retailer. Well, Target's not selling them anymore, right? I think Walmart still is. Yeah, they're all out of stock. Okay, the hobby box, $387.99 on Walmart.com. And it's completely sold out. Yep. In fact, all of these cards are sold out completely. You can't buy any of them on Walmart.com. They're completely sold out. This is just crazy to me. This is just wild to me how insane collecting is. Like, you just can't have fun. It's like, oh, I think I'm just going to do some on a whim. I want to buy some trading cards. I haven't had some since the 90s. Oh, no, those were sold out. You have to pre order them. Wait, what? I can't just go buy trading cards? Oh, no. Can't. What? No, what's wrong with you? Why didn't you pre order 3 months ago? Oh, of course. Right? The spirit of trading card collecting. Pre order 3 months in advance. That makes sense. Right. It was the same thing, like, to give you some perspective here, all right? So in the 1990s, I was getting into collecting, and another thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to collect action figures, okay? Now, I was a kid, so I wanted to play with the action figures, but I also was a collector. And whenever the new action figures came out, I'm not kidding you, a bunch of fucking nerd-ass collector fucks who were, like, 40 years old would line up outside of the fucking toy store in the morning of the shipment, waiting for the doors to open, and then they would rush the counter saying, "Did you open the box of figures yet? Because we're looking for the rare action figure." Meanwhile, the kids can't buy the toys because the dumb fuck nerd collectors would rush the store and buy all the toys. So the kids would have to wait like 8 months to get the new toy because some fucking nerd bought it first. And my dad, imagine my dad. He'll try. I like, man, all I want is, the new Spawn figure that's coming out. Overkill. I want the new Overkill figure, but that's the rarer figure. You can't really find it. It's like the chase figure in the box. Good luck. I hope you're ready to fight a bunch of nerds just because your son wants the fucking action figure and actually wants to play with it. Good luck getting it because the nerds are there first. So, nah, top 500 Genji says, do you have a local card shop near you? I think there is one in like downtown in my town, but of course I haven't gotten into this. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't been into this, so I haven't really looked into it. So let me see. And I got the same box at the same exact box at Target. Yeah, it says I could get it in early March. If I were to order it, I could get a box in early March. But it's only 7 packs. That is so 7 packs is like one segment. See what I'm saying? Like if you got the hobby box, which is like 30, 40 packs or whatever it is, that's like something you could do over time. Like each week, let's open 5 packs and see what we get. And it could be a fun segment. This box that they're offering now to the consumer is only 7 packs. That's like one sitting, right? Like top 500 Genji says, I wouldn't expect full retail prices at local shops, but it won't be eBay price. So you're like, it'll be in between. Yeah. Because the funny part is you can actually buy the cards individually, like the rare cards. I don't want to. That takes the fun out of it. I want to buy the box and open and see if we got the cards in the packs. That's the fun part. The exploration and the endorphins you get if you got the rare card. Like, you get excited, right? Versus I just bought it. I just spent $50 and I got the rare card. Well, good for you. Was that really fun? Right? Anyway, maybe I'll get one of these boxes. $30. It says it ships within 3 business days. I might get one. I'm gonna leave this open and I might buy one of these later. It's $30. It's not that big of a deal. And give it a shot on the show. Hopefully this would show up in time for our next show in 2 weeks and see what it's like. I haven't been a collector in so long. Not to say that I'm going to be a collector. This is just like a one-off thing, but Okay. All right. So guys, let's get some shout outs. All right, we got some contributions that came in. Let's shout these out, and then we'll talk about some of our topics here. I do have one more topic. I'll just cover this briefly. DSP Throwback, my channel where every single day there's a newly remastered part of a classic playthrough, upscaling to 1440p quality, adding in extra frames of animation. Most of these playthroughs are going from like 20 frames to 60 frames per second. Improved audio, so you can actually hear my voice better in the commentary and stuff like that. So right now we just finished Resident Evil 5 from back in the day, and we're in the midst of Assassin's Creed 2, which is really just getting started. So we got a ways to go for Assassin's Creed 2. Well, ladies and gentlemen, last night, or this morning, I should say, we have begun with one of the biggest, longest playthroughs I've ever done. And it's a playthrough that, in my opinion, actually really needs a remaster because the original playthrough looked like dirt. I am talking about the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. That is right. In 2011 and into early 2012, when I played Skyrim, that was my longest running playthrough in history at the time. It was something like hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of parts. And the playthrough was great, incredibly successful. The first Elder Scrolls game I had ever played for YouTube. And some people say to this day, one of the best. All right. Now, I played it on PC, but I wasn't using direct capture. I was using my camera pointed at my TV. So it looked awful. All right. So this playthrough is supposed to basically make it look better. And part one went live this morning a couple of hours ago over on the DSP Throwback channel. You can find that at DSP Throwback. In fact, why don't I just show you, right? So, no. Oh, wait a minute. I should have done this. Yeah, what am I doing? Hold on. I'm being stupid. So here's the channel. And as you can see, here it is, part one. It just launched. So it only has like 40 views. Not to say that it's going to get a ton of views. This channel does not get a lot of views. Okay, it just doesn't. All right, but hopefully you'll check it out. Skyrim, again, one of my biggest, most famous playthroughs of my past. And we're going to have parts going up basically like every other day. Like we have Assassin's Creed and we alternate back and forth. Okay. So Assassin's Creed 2 is currently up to 8 parts in climbing. And then we've got Skyrim. So we're going to have 2 completely different kinds of playthroughs alternating. We're doing Assassin's Creed because we felt it was a great time to do that with Assassin's Creed Shadows coming out soon. So enjoy. Oh, as always, give me feedback. Now, some people have asked with this throwback channel, Bill, what happened to your retro react nights? Like you were doing these nights where you were doing, this react content, and it was great. Like we really liked you reacting to your old school playthroughs, and you haven't done one now since what was it, like December? Are they coming back? Well, the answer is I would love to bring it back, but we need to figure out when's the right time and how to do it so it doesn't interfere with my other content. When we were doing it back in the fall, it was like kind of balancing it with other stuff, but there wasn't a lot going on. Right now, new releases are actually just picking up, and it's going to be pretty busy um, moving forward these next few months for new releases. So I would love to bring it back. I'll let you know when. And by the way, when we bring it back, we're going to be reacting to one of my most classic playthroughs of all time. You guys voted and you asked for it. It's going to be Fallout 3 from 2008, the remastered edition that we released last year. Okay. So I am excited for that for sure. It's something that, people love. It's one of those most classic playthroughs ever made. And I can't wait to do it. So I hope that you guys will join me for that when we get around to it, but it's not starting yet. But for now, you can enjoy Skyrim alternated with Assassin's Creed 2. As you can see, these are all the playthroughs we did over the last year. Resident Evil 5, Mass Effect 1, the original Silent Hill 2 HD run, the original Silent Hill 1 run, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, my original Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut run, Red Dead Redemption Online, which I did a whole bunch of gameplay with my friends back in the day. Dante's Inferno, which never even finished. It was an unfinished playthrough. Grand Theft Auto Vice City, now redone so that you could actually hear the entire playthrough and not have any missing parts because of the music. That was a big one. Okay? LA Noire, Fallout 3, Bully, Scholarship Edition, which I tried to react to but didn't work out too well. What else did we do? Shit, we did a lot. Red Dead Redemption and Final Fantasy 13. So those are the ones that you can find on this channel that have been remastered in the last year. And I hope you guys will check this stuff out if you haven't yet. It is some pretty good stuff. Again, it's going to be rough. It's my old style of commentary, which to be honest was very cringe. A lot of sexual commentary and stuff like that. Today I'm very different, but it's still good. It's like an era that's kind of lost, right? Like people don't really talk about that old school era of gaming and commentary anymore. It's kind of like a forgotten thing. I think you'll get a kick out of it if you've never seen it before. And again, I'll bring back the Retro Reacts sometime soon. We just don't know when yet. Okay. Okay. Shout outs time. Let's get started, shall we? So on the YouTube side of things, we have Ruby Galaxy, who gifted 5 memberships to the community. Thank you to for 5 gifted memberships. Let's get that up on the leaderboard. Now remember, what we're trying to go for today is to hit these goals. We have 2 goals left to do the McDonald's DSP tries it, okay? I want to do it as soon as possible, as early as today. Like if we hit the goals on this very stream, okay? I'll do it today. So I hope that we can hit it. Like seriously, if we get big support today, I would love to do DSP tries it right after the gameplay segment of this stream. All right, let's do it. Let's hit it. Let's get some support. We got our first memberships. What else are we gonna get? Let's get some subs. I don't think we got any subs yet today. And let's get some super chats. Let's get some stuff up on the board here. Okay, now. Yes, I can confirm because guess what I did? I actually now have a pop out to show me kick contributions. So I can now monitor the kick contributions and not miss them. I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know kick lets you pop out that board, but it does. So now I will not miss any kick contributions at all, which is great because I've been having problems missing those subs and I don't want to miss them. So I'm staring at it right now and we've got absolutely no subs this morning. What is going on? Let's get some subs over on Kick. Who's going to be the first sub on Kick this morning? Okay? Let's do it. Let's get some subs. Okay? Banana Jose says, I'll support you massively if you get back to me in regards to emails. Well, sure, Banana Jose. Support massively right now, and then I'll respond to an email. I don't know what email you're talking about because I haven't seen one from anyone not named Banana Jose. But if you support me massively right now, I promise you I will respond to an email. That sounds like a fair shake and a fair deal. Let's do it. Let's have a friendly internet handshake. Here you go. Here we go. Okay. Now, wait a minute. Someone just said, are we doing this again? The deal from yesterday over on Kick. Well, the deal was for 10 gifted subs, I would give you the VIP badge. And for 25 gifted subs, I would give you the OG badge. Well, no one took me up on it. So I don't think I want to offer the deal today. I don't think so. I think if you wanted that deal, you should have acted yesterday. I don't know what you guys, you think you're dragging your feet and you think now you can come back the next day and ask for the deal that was in. Do you think that if there's a 2-for-1 sale at your local store and it says ends Tuesday and you come back on Wednesday and you say, well, can I have this 2-for-1 deal? Do you think they're going to give it to you? No, absolutely not. Not how it works. The sale is over. Okay, anyway. Oh, let's see here. So it looks like on the YouTube side, we just got Ruby. Thank you, Ruby, for those gifted memberships. It looks like that's what we've got this morning so far. A few super stickers came through. There was a $1 super sticker from Indead. Then there was a $1 super sticker from Ruby. Another $1. Each one was $1. So there were 3 individual $1 super stickers. But Indead was the first one. And since they were all $1, Indead gets on the leaderboard because technically he's the first person and no one beat his contribution. So thanks for the $1 there, Indead. And that's another $3 to add to our contributions for this stream. And guys, let's do it. Let's hit the goal on this stream. I want to do the DSP tries it today if possible, at the latest tomorrow. Okay? So we got to hit goals today. Let's hit some goals on this stream. Okay. I received a $1.50 tip from Beaver Bother. I enjoyed your Night Rain stream. I'm looking forward to future streams of it with bounties. Oh, yes, because Beaver Bother, you're definitely one of the most honest people when it comes to bounties. Like, you're the person who I absolutely would look to for honesty, transparency, and dependableness. Right. Anyway, that's the first tip of the day at $1.50. And Banana Jose did a £1 super sticker. So actually, Banana Jose beat Indead because technically Indead was 99 pence, and this is the full. Oh, never mind. Little Green Man just did a $2 super chat. Let's hit the Shamrock Shake goal. Let's go. Thank you, Little Green Man. Indeed, let's do it. Let's get a Shamrock Shake today. Let's get the Angel Reese meal today. Let's do all these things today, right after the gameplay, right, of Lost Records. Let's do it. I'm down for that. I am. I'm craving some burgers. Who else wants some burgers? Who else wants some McDonald's fries? Who else wants to see me yak up the Shamrock Shake? That apparently is disgusting. Okay. All right. So, real quick, let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the week. And then we can get to our news stories for today because I have a couple news stories I want to cover for you guys today. Okay. So, thank you to Mia SFM for $3 Canadian super chat. Unfortunately, the Canadian dollar is pretty weak. That's only about a $2 American super chat. And therefore, since we already have Little Green Man with $2, he's going to stay on the leaderboard up there. But I do appreciate the contribution. I'll add that to our tally. Gabriel with a $2 super chat says, "You're ruthless, Phil." I'm ruthless. I'm ruthlessly aggressive when it comes to e-grifting, I guess, which is all good. If people are enjoying the content, I'm making a living. You get great stuff. I make out like we all win. There's no problem with this whatsoever. The only people who have a problem with it are people who are jealous and not good at it themselves and wish that they could do it. That's simple. Thank you to Zimmer P. Flans. Is that how you pronounce your name, Zimmer? Zimmer P. Flans? Flans? How do you say your name? If you could tell me how to pronounce your name, because I want to get it right. But you've gifted a sub over on Kick. The first sub of the day over on Kick. Thank you, Zimmer. Thank you, Zimmer. All right. Gets us up to 31 and climbing. You see? So there's this thing. This thing is called ask and you shall receive. Okay? Because some people are like, well, don't you think that you ask too much? No. I'm obviously not asking enough because I don't hit the goal every stream, right? I should be asking more and in more creative ways because that's how you make a living. Not by sitting around expecting that everyone's just going to give you everything. You have to work for it. You have to earn it. You have to be vigilant and you have to be determined. You have to actually bust your balls if you want to get ahead in life. You can't just be a fucking schlub, which a lot of people want to be. I don't understand. All these big streamers, they just sit around like schlubs and people shower them in money. Yeah, it's because people are stupid. Right? My viewers aren't stupid. I got to ask. But you like that. And we have a good time together because we give good content and I make a good living. Right? So let's get it going. Mia with another $4 Canadian super chat. That's the equivalent of a $3 American super chat. So I'm going to say thank you, Mia. And now, guess what? You're now on the leaderboard because you have now unseated Little Green Man. It's Mia SFM. Yes, Mia SFM. About $3 with that Canadian super chat. So thank you for that. Now we're up to 34 and climb. You see what I'm saying? We're up to 34. And my new leaderboard for Kick is working because it showed that I got that sub. This is excellent. Now I have leaderboards for everything. This is very good, actually. Excellent. No, I'm not talking about, when I say big streamers, I'm not talking about Kino Casino. They ask too, right? They have to ask. Listen, we're working people, all right? We're not some fucking e-celeb where we turn on the stream and people are sucking our dick already and immediately showering us in fucking, money. We actually have to work for a living, you know? But it's all good. I'm okay with earning my keep. I'm okay with putting out content for you every day and enjoying what I do and then people reciprocating. That's all good. It's the people who have issue with that are the jealous motherfuckers. Seriously. People who like, wait, I can't do that, so I'm angry that they're doing it and they're successful. They can't take it. Wait, I'm working a schlub-ass job in real life. I couldn't do what they do. That's bullshit. I'm so upset. So now I'm going to fucking sit there and crap on them. Yeah, it's called heinous jealousy. It's what I used to have for Keemstar. Admittedly, 100%. It's what I used to have for Keemstar. I was upset that he was making a good living, doing what he was doing, and I was busting my ass and not barely getting by, and I became a hater. And that's a horrible way to go through fucking life. It really is. Instead of being a hater, get some initiative, get off your fucking ass, work, and get better. Anyway. Superfly, Brother MJ, with a 5-pound super chat, now unseating Mia. This Phil, I'm watching with my boys Tom, Brandon, and Jacob. We're big fans. Brandon came out as gay and he's taking a load of comfort in your content. Well, good for him. Is that? It is Michael Jackson is your avatar. Oh, I was like, is that actually Michael Jackson? So MJ stood for Michael Jackson. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you for the super chat and good luck in your future endeavors. I don't know why I said it like that. I really don't know why I said it like that. But it's £5. That's the biggest super chat. Now we're up to 39. Okay. That's damn straight. Reliable source just said, thank you for busting your ass playing video games every day and then begging for money. You're welcome. I provide the service you do require, or else you wouldn't be here, right? I provide you with the entertainment that you're seeking. You get it, reciprocate. Except you, because you haven't ever reciprocated, so you better reciprocate right now. Get to it. There you go. This is hilarious. Someone just said, I'm jealous of a 40-year-old with zero savings. Yes, you are, else you wouldn't have said that. Get it? Because people who aren't jealous don't bother responding. Get it? If you are, you're like, whatever, you just move on. You don't actually stalk something you don't like unless you're jealous of it. Get it? Right? Like all the hater base of people who are successful, it's because you wish you were them. It's that simple. Or else you wouldn't be here whining in the chat. You would have just ignored it. But you can't because you're jealous. One day you'll come to grips with that. Anyway. So let's get some support. Let's move on. I'm going to talk about the schedule. We're going to do our news stories for today. I got a couple of them. But let's get some more support. We got a good start there, a good early rally. But let's keep it rolling. All right, let's hit the goal. Let's hit the goal on this stream for sure. I want to hit the goal before we finish the podcast, so that way when we start with this game, Lost Records, we could just focus on the game. But let's get it going and let's get that momentum rolling. I want to do the DSP Tries It, all right? Cool. I'm craving, you want to know the truth? I'm actually craving a Big Mac, or not a Big Mac, a quarter pounder. I am. Like, I'm actually craving a quarter pounder with cheese right now. I am. Okay. So, schedule for the week. Let's talk about it. Banana Jose says, if you read my email and sort my problem, I'll drop a bomb. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. If you support my stream, I'll read your email and respond. I'm not going to sort your problems out. I'm not your shrink and I'm not your dad. But I'll read your email. Okay? Okay. Narwhal Gaming says, well, can't you just order the McDonald's now? We're going to hit the goal eventually. Well, couldn't we just ask the sun to rise now if it's the middle of the night? I mean, that couldn't just fuck everything up, right? You know, why can't we just do everything at any moment when it's not the right moment? Does that make any sense? Why don't we just have the moon fuck the tides up, right? Why don't we just do, what are you talking about? You're out of your mind. Eventually Earth is going to explode and, when the sun goes supernova. Why doesn't the sun just go supernova now? It's going to go supernova eventually, so just do it now and just fucking burn us all into fucking oblivion. Narwhal Gaming, if the sun goes supernova right now, I'm blaming you personally. How dare you? Anyway. All right, so here's the schedule for the week, okay? Today. Today. We're trying out excuse me, I can't even talk now. We're trying out a new game from Don't Nod. For those who don't know, Don't Nod is the same game developer that has made Life is Strange. They've also made some weird ass games over the years, like Vampire and that weird, what was it called, Banished game. So they do some oddball games here or there, but mostly their most successful games are the narrative-based games. Okay. Well, today, they are doing a new franchise called Lost Records, and I guess it's called Bloom and Rage. Today is tape 1. All that means is today is episode 1, okay? It's supposed to be set in the 1990s, and I think it starts off as like a bunch of teenage girls who are into music, but then I guess it turns into like this kind of thriller story. I'm not sure because I haven't played it. All right. So it was like 35 bucks. So I bought it on Steam. It is available. If you get PS Plus Premium, you can get it like for free. But I was like, fuck PS Plus Premium. I have the regular one that, just to do basic online stuff. That's how I was able to play the Elden Ring Night Rain beta. But I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to fucking get that stupid premium because I know I would forget to cancel it. And I ended up paying like $80 for this stupid game. I'm not doing that. So I just bought it outright on Steam, and we're gonna try it today. Episode 1. For what I don't understand, episode 1 is like insanely long. Someone came on the stream yesterday, and they were like, "Dude, I was playing it, and it's 3 hours in. I'm not done yet." So apparently, the episodes are like super lengthy. So we'll start today. We'll see how it goes. Right? Hopefully, it goes well. And then we could finish it up on another stream, but I don't know if it would be like another day stream or a night stream because I don't actually know how long the episode is. I'm sure after today, everyone will know because everyone will be posting it up and everything. So let's see how it goes today. Now, with these narrative-based games, they could definitely be hit or miss, right? For example, Life is Strange 1, I thought was fucking genius. It hooked me with this thriller storyline, superpowers, and everything. It was really well done. There was even a time manipulation plot line. It was really neat. Life is Strange 2 was as if you were standing in front of a donkey that had the runs, and the donkey spread cheek and just exploded a Hershey highway of goodness into your mouth. That's what it felt like playing Life is Strange 2. So it wasn't good. If you don't understand what I'm saying, it actually wasn't very good. Okay. But then there was True Colors, and True Colors actually was really good. And then recently we had Life is Strange, Double Exposure, and that was pretty good too. Not as good as the first, but it was still pretty good, I would say. So I'm interested to see what they're doing now with a new franchise. It's not Life is Strange. It's something different, but it's still narrative based. So I'm interested to try this today. I hope that you guys will stick around and give it a shot. Listen, here's a little hint about these games. Even if they're not good, they're still fun to play and to watch someone play because you can make fun of them if they're bad. Like, we really made fun of some of the cringe moments of Double Exposure. We were like, what the fuck is going on? So if you just want to chill and have a good time today, hang out with me on the stream. It's not going to be action-packed. It's not going to be crazy difficult. It's a different kind of content, but it's good content. People, I'm telling you, it's worth a watch. It's going to be entertaining, okay? So stick around, all right? Now, tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, it's the continuation of Avowed. Tried it yesterday, actually significantly liked it. Looking forward to more, so I hope that you'll join me tonight as we continue to explore the town and do questing and stuff like that, okay? Tomorrow, exciting day tomorrow. Tomorrow we are trying the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves open beta. It's a 4-day beta. It starts tomorrow. It runs 4 days. I think it's the 20th, 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and ends sometime on the 24th. So I'm going to be playing it tomorrow during the daytime stream. Now, I don't know much about this game. I haven't really researched it. I've only seen very, very little gameplay of it. So I'm excited to get my hands on it for the first time. Obviously, I'm playing it on my gaming PC. It's going to probably run like fucking beautiful graphics, right? I don't know if it has a gimmick or a broken gameplay mechanic to it, but it has 8 characters. Some are from classic Fatal Fury and others are brand new. So it'll be exciting to try out all those characters. So mainstream tomorrow will be that. Tomorrow night on the late stream, it will be the conclusion of Scoobda Baba Boo. Good night, folks. Thursday night on the late stream, it'll be the conclusion of Onimusha Warlords, a game that I've really enjoyed. I didn't even know that the franchise existed, to be honest. And then when I started playing it during this marathon almost 2 weeks ago, I loved it. A hybrid of Resident Evil style camera angles, inventory management, map system, exploration, and puzzles, combined with hack and slash samurai gameplay. It's great. I can't wait to see how it ends. And apparently, I've only got about an hour or so left in the game. So we're going to wrap that up tomorrow night on the late stream. Okay. Then on Friday, the day stream will be the premiere of Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii. I hope you guys will show up. I hope you guys will engage. I hope you guys will support. Or if you just support, that's good too. But if you want to show up and engage with the content, that's also nice. But if you would support it, notably, that's the major focus, okay? Anyway, being transparent here, I am nervous about this game, okay? I love the Yakuza series. I want to play this game. But last year when I played Infinite Wealth, everyone freaked out and hated it. I don't know why, because I thought it was a chill game. I mean, the plot wasn't as good as the first, but it still was a great game playthrough. But I certainly hope that you guys will show up and engage in support if you can. All right. I want to do a full playthrough of that, but I need people to actually show up for it. Okay. And then Friday night for Friday Night Fights, more Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. I'll be off from streaming on Saturday. And then on Sunday, to be frank, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I haven't even figured it out yet, but I think there's another day, like if it's 20th, 21st, 22nd. Yeah, I could still play more Fatal Fury on Sunday if I've liked it. Like if I liked it Thursday and Friday and we want one more session, I could actually play one more session of it. Okay? So we'll be excited. Okay? I'm pumped for it. I hope that you guys are too. Fair enough? All right. So we have 2 news stories I'd like to cover today, but I'd like a little more support before we get to them. Let's get a little bit more. Who's over on Kick is going to gift another sub? We only have 1 sub on Kick. Let's get another sub. Who's going to be sub number 2 on Kick today? Okay? And who's going to be the first $10 super chatter? Let's get someone to beat the person on the leaderboard there. Okay? And by the way, what about tips? We only have $1 tip. Let's get another tip for today. That would work. Let's see. I got distracted. Sorry. All right. I guess we're going to get to the news stories because I got distracted and now I can't remember. I lost my train of thought. Shia just gifted a sub over on Kick and it went to Manzier. So congrats, Manzier. And thank you, Shia, for the gifted sub over on Kick. So guys, listen, we're at $44. Let's get to 50. Let's get it to 50 and then I'll start with my 2 big news stories for the day. Well, who's going to get tossed in the next 6 so we can get to 50 and then we can get to the news today. Let's do it, right? I got 2 interesting news stories to cover today. By the way, you notice that guy was full of bull. The guy says, "Oh, will you respond to my email?" I said, "Sure." He said, "You're going to contribute, and then I'll respond to your email." And he sent $1. Well, no, that's not a major contribution as you had prefaced your inquiry with. Dollar. What can you get with $1 today? Think about it. What can you actually get with $1? Jared Walsh, 27 months as a member. It's not a new membership, but I appreciate your ongoing support, Jared. He says, GameStop is ending their shops in Canada and France. Is that true? Is that breaking news? Take a look at that. Wonder if that's breaking news. Seven hours ago, GameStop Corp is looking to sell its Canadian and French operations as it evaluates its international assets. Well, that's the beginning of the end, for the record. I mean it. Like, no lie. That's the first indication that all of their efforts over the last many years are not working. Remember, they've tried all these different things. They tried to get financing from like Xbox. They tried to convert their stores into merch stores selling pop culture figures and stupid mugs and junk, tchotchkes and shit. They tried everything. They're on the way out. All right. They don't need to exist. I kid you not. I haven't stepped foot in a GameStop at this point to buy anything in over a decade. There's no reason to ever be there. They're just a waste of space. And it's sad because before the digital era of games, where everything was available to download off of each respective network, whether it's Steam, Xbox Live, PlayStation Network, Nintendo Online, etc., they were the go-to place. You would go there and you would buy all your physical games and you would trade them in and get money back for them. You would get strategy guides there. You know what I'm saying? Like all that stuff. And essentially, from what I've seen, they have done absolutely nothing at all to try to adjust. We kept reading stories. Oh, we're going to change our business model. We're now going to try to open a series of like tournaments and stuff. We're going to be like an esports thing. And then no, now we're going to sell merch. None of it has worked. It's a complete joke. Remember, at one point they were going to take your old games. You could trade in like fucking NES games and buy retro shit at the store. That flopped huge. They have no strategy. They never did. That was the problem. They were riding a wave of temporary popularity in the gaming sphere with no actual plan to evolve or change with the times. You know what they are? They're the equivalent of Blockbuster Video, where at one point in the 90s, when technology was at that point, Blockbuster Video was insanely profitable. But as soon as the technology moved to a new era, there was no reason for Blockbuster to exist, and they had no new business model, and they went out of business. And GameStop is the next one. It's just sad. It is. You know what I mean? Like, it's sad to see someplace that was synonymous with my early days of YouTube. Like, my routine back in the day was this. Get up in the morning, usually completely hungover because I drank all the night before, probably making gameplay. Okay, no lie. So roll out of bed completely hungover. Oh my God. All right, it's Tuesday. It's time to go. So I'd slap on some clothes, probably wash my face, scratch my balls, take a piss, and I would go out the door, drive down to the local GameStop. In the lot of the local GameStop, there was a McDonald's. So I would go into the drive-thru because the GameStop wouldn't open until like 10:30 in the morning. So I would go to the local McDonald's drive-thru, completely hungover, head pounding, okay? And I would order an insanely unhealthy, greasy-ass McDonald's breakfast to try to absorb some of the liquor. So it would be like a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel or a steak, egg, and cheese bagel with that hash brown. You know the hash brown that McDonald's has that's essentially a grease sponge? Like, if you bite into it, you just taste pure fucking, like, oil. So I would get that, and I would sit in my car, and you get the orange juice. And, of course, you're hungover. Your mouth is so dried out from the night before. You want, like, a lot of things to drink. And they would give you the tiniest little fucking orange juice possible, right? Like, this small little thing. Like, no, I want a big orange juice. I'll pay extra. So you end up paying, like, $4 extra for, like, a large orange juice. So anyway, I'd sit in the car, and I would eat my breakfast sandwich. I would shove the hash brown down, okay, drinking my orange juice to try to energize myself, all right? And then as soon as GameStop opened, I'd be the first person in the store, and I would walk up to the counter, and they knew me there because I was a regular, because I was there to buy all the new games every week. And so I'd tell them, I got this pre-ordered, this one, and they would get them out, and I'd pay for them all. And usually I'd be trading in as well. Like, I'd be trading in whatever the games were for the week before that I had pushed my way through within a week and beat them all. So sometimes I'd be like buying 2 games and trading in 3. And no lie, I would pay like $30 for 2 games because trading in 3 games would give me the equivalent of like $80 of credit. So I only had to pay like another $20-$30 to buy the other 2. It wasn't that bad. It was actually quite a good deal back then when they actually had those deals until they got rid of them all. And so then I would know everyone in the store. I would pre-order all the big collector's editions, all my consoles I would order through the stores and everything. Like, it was a big thing. I remember for the big releases every year, Call of Duty, you had to line up to get it. Every year, when GTA 5 came out, oh man, the line at the building that day, for GTA 5, for pre-ordering and then for picking it up and everything. It was just a different era. Today, you just sit at home on your fat ass and get everything through the internet. That's correct. Now, the return rate isn't even worth it. When you trade shit in, you get so little for it. There's no point. Why even fucking go to the store to trade shit in? You don't get anything for it. It's a complete waste of your time. So just fucking get it digitally and, for me, here's the thing. for me, it has actually been a good thing that things went all digital, because going all digital, all right, I am able to re-access those games at a later date. So, for example, buying Bloodborne digitally, I've been able to play it multiple times over the years, and I can just re-download it and play it again, and I get my money's worth that way. If I had the physical game, I would have bought it. I would have had the physical game, but then traded it in. And then what happens if later on I want to play it again? Oops, I traded it in. Now I don't have it anymore, and I got to go buy it again. Well, now I got to go find a disc that still works because it's an old ass game, and people who trade in their games don't fucking take care of them usually. So you probably get a crusty ass disc that has fucking boogers and shit and fucking taffy stuck to it. You know what I mean? It smells like crayons for some reason. Like, what the fuck did this disc go through? Now I gotta put this shit in my console. Then it fucking ruins your disc reader. You know, your lens is all fucked up. So now your console's fucked up. You got a used game. Like, what am I doing to myself? I'm an idiot. You see? The whole physical games market, everyone acts like it's some big good thing. But in reality, you never owned them anyway, so it didn't really have any value. It was the illusion that you had a collection, right? All those fucking stupid YouTubers who they stand in front of a wall full of physical games. It means nothing. Look at my collection, your collection of shit. You might as well pile duty behind you. Doesn't mean anything. It's worthless. I can have that collection too. Right now, I can just open up my console and download any of the games I bought in the last 10 years a second time. And I don't have to have a wall in my fucking house for it to stare at it like it's some kind of an accomplishment. You're not a collector, you're a hoarder. How do we get on this tangent? I don't know. Anyway, let's do some shout outs. So Banana Jose, well, first of all, Little Green Man basically popped their membership message. Said this GameStop CEO went crazy and said all of Canada is woke. Well, he's right. And then Banana Jose did another pound super chat. So think of Banana Jose. So that's a whopping £2. That'll get me to read a whopping two words out of your email that you're gonna send me. And I received a $2 tip from Flatman B. What's up, everyone? Have a nice day. Jesus bless you. Thank you very much, Flatman B. What a righteously positive message this morning. I appreciate that. And that gets us up to 48. So, guys, we're $2 away. I told you I'd start with the news stories and we hit 50. We're $2 away from news. Let's get to the 50. Who's going to drop the $2 right now? Or better yet, who's going to drop a membership or some subs and get us above it? Just past the 50 and get the momentum to hitting the goal today. Let's get it done, right? Little Green Man has gifted a membership on YouTube. It went to Slee. Congrats, Slee. I haven't seen Slee in a long time. Hopefully, Slee comes back. I haven't seen the pages. Be a regular. Cool. So with that gifted membership, we have hit $51 in support. So we're a third of our way to our goal. Let's get to the goal by the end of the podcast, shall we? But in the meantime, it's time for a couple news stories. My nose is itching. Ready? So, Xbox is up to something. Xbox has introduced Muse, a new kind of generative AI. Supposedly, they're going to try to use this to make parts of games, entire portions of games, rather than having humans do it. They want to have this AI actually create portions of games. However, basically the way they're pitching it is that this could be a way to actually do major game preservation. To give you an example, let's say, for example, there was a game that you absolutely loved back in the day that was an Xbox 360 exclusive, okay? There's no real way to play that game today unless you have an Xbox 360. Well, they could use this Muse generative AI to take that game and recreate it on a modern platform, such as the Xbox Series X or PC. And therefore, because it's AI doing it rather than manpower, it doesn't mean that it's going to take resources away from developing brand new video games. Okay? So so it can generate gameplay visuals, it can actually generate controller actions. It's designed originally for gameplay ideation, but it could be explored to bring classic Xbox games to modern hardware. And so people have different takes. For example, here's Tom Warren. The most interesting part of Microsoft's gaming AI model is how it could impact game preservation. So to read this, you can imagine a world where from gameplay data and video that a model could learn old games and really make them portable to any platform where these models could run, says Phil Spencer. We talked about game preservation as an activity for us, and these models and their ability to learn completely how a game plays without the necessity of the original engine running on the original hardware opens up a ton of opportunity. Do you understand what he's saying? They don't even need the code. You'd be able to like feed data about a game into AI, and AI would be able to reproduce said game for other platforms. Okay. Now, of course, there's people who are freaking out about this. All you got to do is you got to click on one of these articles and start reading the comments. Okay. So some people are excited. The most interesting takeaway is the possibility of getting more OG or 360 games now on modern hardware, right? Look, does this mean I can have Mech Assault 2? Right? But then people, well, it's depressing how many IPs Microsoft owns, and now they're going to use AI slop, basically push them forward. Skynet. This will be Skynet, right? Some modern games are soulless already. Now they want to make them even more so. This is a mobile move. The games that were developed for consoles are hard to move over to mobile. So this AI will allow you to achieve that faster. So this person thinks they're probably going to be moving full-fledged games to mobile devices using AI. That's an interesting take, especially now because phones are so powerful, right? A phone could pretty much run a console game from like the Xbox 360 era now. Um, Xbox trying not to make their situation worse challenge level impossible. No one wants this. I get enough AI slop on social media. Now I don't need that in my games too. Wow. So everyone has a different opinion on it, honestly. You click on, you read these different uh responses. This is quite literally the dumbest thing possible. It only benefits more profit-driven people to get into game production while having zero understanding on what makes games special. The increased use of AI is going to generate absolutely god-awful products and set the industry back generations. Yeah, this proposal is desperate to come across as opening access to small developers or aspiring ones, but really it's just saying we're developing tools for profit, seeking entities to capitalize on the video game market that couldn't before. In an industry that is already struggling with corporate greed leading to terrible products, introducing AI will bring in even more profit-hungry individuals and companies to completely destabilize the industry. And the ones who will be sacrificed are actual talented game developers who will lose their passion. So, people are freaking out. What happens if now all games are generated by AI? All games become samey. They have less soul. They have less quality, right? It's like everything. It's a slippery slope, right? Like, listen, I've been using AI tools in my content. This backdrop right now that's removing the background so that I'm here in front of this news story is AI generated. Seriously. Okay. We've seen content, with pictures that are AI generated. But what happens when you actually replace me? What if it's AI Phil? No more dark side Phil. It's AI Phil. And he's sitting here just regurgitating memes and mannerisms, right? And it's just boring because it's just, fuck, the soul is lost. We actually liked the real Phil. We don't want to see some soulless AI fucking clown dancing around. We want to see Phil. Where's the real one, right? And for some people, they may not even notice the difference. And this applies to anything. Some people may not even notice when games are AI generated, right? But I think it's interesting for certain things. The whole game preservation thing, if you cannot allocate enough resources to preserve games for the modern player or the modern even historian, right? But if you this is a way to do it where you're not wasting that manpower, but instead AI can do it, you know? In reality, here's something very interesting that someone said months ago on social media. I still like it. They said, "Why is it that when we're talking about AI, right? We're talking about AI doing art, AI doing music, AI generating assets for movies. Those are the things humans like to do. Like humans wish they had more time for creative ventures like art and things like that. The problem is humans get tied up with menial tasks. For example, cleaning or doing some kind of repetitive thing you don't want to do. Why can't we get AI to wash our dishes? Why can't we get AI to do our laundry? Why can't we get AI to change the litter box? Meanwhile, we could be doing meaningful things as humans that we want to do. Why are we talking about having the AI do the creative things that we want more time to do? It doesn't make sense, right? So if you're telling me we're going to use AI to generate backwards compatible or games from the past that play on modern venue or modern platforms and its posterity, right? It actually makes it so these games can still exist to a new audience and be preserved for old audiences. I'm all for it. But if you're telling me we're going to have AI replace the creativity of humans of actually making new games, that might be a big problem. Okay? That's not the intention. The whole idea is to make it do the menial shit we don't want to do to free us up to do more meaningful things with our lives. And people seem to be missing that point. Okay? So let's see how it goes with Microsoft. Do we trust them to take the right steps with Muse AI? Do you think Phil Spencer knows anything about what the fuck he's talking about? Anyway. All right, so that was our first news story, but my nose is itching. So give me 1 second. I got to blow or itch my nose here. I'll be right back. All right. Let's see here. I received $1.69 tip from Arcade Cup. What's going on, Arcade Cup? Haven't seen you in a while. I hope you're doing well. Thank you for the contribution this morning. Where does that leave us? I got one more news story to cover for the podcast. We're at 52. Guys, I mean it. Let's hit the goal. Let's hit the goal right now. If we just think of it this way. If we hit a goal by the end of the podcast, if someone just says, all right, I'm just going to do the $100 contribution, 20 subs or $100 tip or whatever, okay? We'll hit 19. Then we only have one to go. And when the home stretch is there in sight, all right, people will tend to say, let's just do it. And I think that over the course of the Lost Record stream, we're going to hit it. And therefore, we're going to do DSP Tries It on this stream of the Shamrock Shake and the food. And I would love to do that. Like I said, I'm actually craving a McDonald's burger right now. So I would love to do that on this very stream. So let's get it. Let's get one big bomb, whether it's subs, whether it's memberships, whether it's a super chat, whether it's tip. Let's hit that goal. Let's get to 19. And that'll leave us with only the one to focus on during Lost Records so that we can do DSP Tries It on this stream. I would like nothing more. And then we can work on the next one, which might be Panda Express. It might be, Wendy's, because Wendy's is going to do that Thin Mint shake soon. And we can work on the next one then, okay? But let's get this going. Let's do it now. Who's going to do it? Let's get someone to do it right now. Boom. Hit it. And we can have a nice celebration to end the podcast. Okay? Let's do it. Okay. Final news story for today. Ready? Here we go. My final news story for today, folks, is a very interesting one. You may not even be aware, but Amazon is into gaming. Okay? Yeah, did you know that? Did you know that Amazon actually has like a whole gaming division where they've been trying to develop games for like 5+ years and compete? You may not know it because they haven't. They like literally haven't produced a game of any value that anyone wants to play. They've tried, they've invested all this money, they have all these teams working on it, but nothing's come out of it at all. All right? But the question has always been, gee, I wonder why. Like, what's up with that? Because Amazon is very cash heavy. They make tons of money. So why on earth have they not been able to pump out a good game that people want to play? Well, we have our answer. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Ethan Evans, who is a former VP over at Amazon Gaming, wrote up this explanation. Let's examine it, shall we? Ethan Evans, retired Amazon VP. Now he's teaching leaders on how to become true executives. Well, let me tell you something. When I want to learn how to be a true executive and a true leader, I ask someone who's a failed VP of a gaming division. That's what I do. I always go to the losers for advice, right? In reality, that's actually not a bad idea. If you want to know why, I'll tell you why. Because when someone has tried at something and failed, they know what they did wrong and they can actually tell you the mistakes they made so you can learn from them. Okay. Like today, if someone were to come to me and say, what are some of the big mistakes you made as a YouTuber? I would give you much better advice on how to avoid those mistakes and do better than someone who's just succeeded nonstop and never had a problem. Get it? You have to go through adversity to learn how to overcome it. So, Ethan Evans, here's what he has to say. As VP of Prime Gaming at Amazon, we failed multiple times to disrupt the game platform Steam. We were at least 250 times bigger, and we tried everything. But ultimately, Goliath lost, and here's why. The 15-plus year-long attempt to challenge Steam started before I was VP of Prime Gaming, but we never cracked the code, not under my leadership or anyone else's. The first way we tried to enter the online game store market was through acquisition. We acquired Reflexive Entertainment, which is a small PC game store, and tried to scale it, and it went absolutely nowhere. Then, after buying Twitch, we created our own PC game store. Our assumption was that gamers would naturally buy from us because they were already using Twitch. Wrong. In fact, that's funny. I remember when I was streaming on Twitch, they would be like, oh, well, the game you're playing is available on our Twitch store. So put the link up, the link on your screen. And if someone clicks and buys it, you get a few bucks, like an affiliate sales program. And I was like, yeah, but number one, I'm playing the console version, not the PC version. So it's kind of hard to sell this game on PC when I'm not playing that version. And number two, what the holy hell is the Twitch game store? Right? Like, no one had even heard of it. No one even knew what the fuck it was or that it existed. So it was like, I don't know how you think that's going to sell copies. Like, you have to actually convince people that this is a good venue to buy your games from. Everyone's already buying on Steam. What was your value proposition for buying a game on your service? They had none. The value proposition was click the link on the streamer and fucking buy. That's not a value proposition. That's a stupid proposition. It's not even a proposition. It's just advertisement in your face. It doesn't make a business work. Okay. Okay. And then finally, we built Luna, a game streaming service that let people play without a high-end PC. Does anyone know anything about Luna? Did any of you ever hear anything about Luna whatsoever? Did you know it existed? Did anyone in the gaming sphere even know that this thing was an option? At the same time, Google tried the same thing with their product Stadia. Well, neither gained significant traction. The whole time, Steam dominated despite being a relatively small company compared to Amazon and Google. The mistake was that we underestimated what made consumers use Steam. It was a store and a social network, a library, and a trophy case all in one, and it worked well. At Amazon, we assumed that size and visibility would be enough to attract customers, but we underestimated the power of existing user habits. We never validated our core assumptions before investing heavily in solutions. The truth is that gamers already had the solution to their problems, and they weren't going to switch platforms because the new one was available. Exactly right. There was zero value proposition to anything involving Amazon games. If they had proposed a reason to play Amazon games or use their venue to buy games, people might have jumped ship. Like, what if they said, every game you buy now is $10 cheaper on Amazon games, period, across the board. So if you want the cheapest version of a game, buy it from Amazon Games right now. And then people might have actually bought it. They never added that value. They never proposed that. They didn't. With Steam, you've got all your games in one place. You got a listing of all the achievements you've ever had. You can easily share that with your friends and communicate with your friends through Steam, right? It's a great, great service to have. Did they have anything at all that really sells the product except the fact that they did it first? Not really. Is Steam innovating constantly? Is Steam offering you insane amounts of value? No, but they did it before everybody else. And because of that, quite frankly, that's why they're where they are. That's why they kind of are still holding their position as the industry leader. They did it first, they beat everyone to it, and there you have it. If you want to beat the innovator, you have to add value better than what the innovator offers. Not just say, hey, we're Amazon and we're also doing it. You have to say, we're Amazon and we're doing it better. This motherfucker was the VP in charge of gaming, and he didn't know that in order to get sales, he was going to have to offer value to a customer. I want you to think about that. These are rich people, Ivy League trained, decades in management. They should know what they're doing. He didn't understand that you need to add value to get customers. Let's continue. We needed to build something dramatically better. That's what I just said, add value. But we failed to do so. And we needed to validate our assumptions about our customers before starting to build, but we never really did that either. They just assumed that since you like Amazon, you'll come over to Amazon for gaming, even though we add no value. Just because you're big enough to build something doesn't mean people will use it. Reflecting on these mistakes, I realize how crucial it is to deeply understand customers before making big moves. A VP of a $1 billion company just learned that he needs to understand his customers before he tries to make a business move. Okay, this shit kills me. It kills me. Do you understand that the line level person at any business out there, okay, actually knows better than the multi fucking millionaires that are running our major companies and corporations? A normal person who flips burgers knows that, but the fucking VP of Amazon doesn't, right? This is insanity. Anyone who owns a business knows to add value for your customer, to understand your customer, or you will fail. And the fucking VP doesn't. That's why James Birchler's guest newsletter caught my attention. His piece is a practical guide on attaining real customer insights. I don't care about James Birchler. What an ignoramus. What a buffoon. What a clown. Gee, I wonder why. I totally wonder why it failed. Unreal. So, look, did anyone here even know Prime Gaming was trying to compete with Steam? Snark aside, this was a great read. Yeah, right. Like, look, Amazon VP Plus, LinkedIn top voice, not understanding the consumer. Who would have thought? Zero critical thinking or originality from that team. Stadia and Luna fail because of god awful latency and the average consumer not knowing what the fuck cloud gaming even is. They added no value. The service was inferior. Gee, I wonder why we failed. And these are people are making zillions and zillions of dollars, man. These are who we have in charge, the dunces. And I've been saying this, we bring this up from time to time, okay? But you have to understand, sadly, is that right now what we have is a ruling class. And they don't want to call themselves that. This is going to be a little political now, folks. They don't call themselves the ruling class, all right? Because they don't want you to feel like you're being actually having your life controlled by them. But they very much are. People like this Ethan, this fucking dunce right here, okay? He's rich. He's Ivy League trained. He gets everything handed to him his whole life, okay? So he gets handed a VP position. He completely blows it. He ruins it. Do you think that he's poor right now because of his mistakes? Do you think that he faced any repercussions whatsoever for completely failing and not understanding basic business 101? No, he continues to be in positions of power. He's rich. He's a LinkedIn top voice getting paid to talk about this shit. Okay? Why? We have an entire group of people. They call them the 1%. They have everything. They control everything. They have all the wealth and all the power. They're no smarter than us. All right? A lot of them inherited everything they have. All right? They didn't actually earn it. Yet they control everything. So when you hear stories of this company failed, it tanked through. Why? When you analyze the story, it's the same story every time because these people in charge are completely fucking out of touch with us because they live in another reality. They live in ivory towers and fucking mansions and, oh no, the average person, right? A game company cut some jobs this year. You're like, oh my God, you heard thousands of people got laid off, right? To them, how did it affect them? Oh, I couldn't afford to buy my second yacht with my bonus this year because my bonus got reduced. That's how they get affected. They don't live like us. They're not like us, but they control everything. So the people who are in power don't actually know what it's like to be a human on Earth. They don't live the same lives as us. And that's why they don't even understand basic business, yet they're in charge of all the business. Because to us, common sense people, we read the story and we're like, I don't get it. How could this guy be so stupid but have been in charge? That's everyone. That's literally every company. Not kidding. They just fucking they're good at acting like they know better. They're good at pretending like they're smart. They're not. They're just as fucking dumb as everyone else. They make the same mistakes, but they're insulated from the consequences. This guy runs the gaming division into the ground because he doesn't understand the basic premise of value. And now he is a LinkedIn top voice teaching leaders. If you have to teach leaders common sense, those leaders shouldn't be leaders. The people selected to be the leaders should already have common sense. Not they're already leading and now they need to be trained to lead. They should already know how to lead. Get it? That's why they were selected as leaders. But we have a 1% that control everything. And they just get handed the leadership positions because they're rich. We have a fucked up society. Really, it's fucked. Anyway, before I have a heart attack, let's end this story. By the way, I'm gonna probably buy this box of Topps cards. It's $30, 7 packs. I'll probably just buy this, and it might actually arrive within a week. Take a look at it here. Hold on. See if I can actually get it. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can get it live on the show here. Hold on. Okay. Fuck. I mistyped. I gotta be sure they're gonna ship to the right spot. Here we go. Shipping address. Yep, looks good. So 3 to 7 business days, $6 for shipping. 2 business days, $20 for shipping. Or if I want it tomorrow, $26 for shipping. This is for Smark Guys, so I'm just gonna say 5 to 7 business days. I got 2 weeks to wait. So, all right. Shipping and tax is $40 for this box of cards. Wait, why are they charging me? I'm supposed to qualify for free shipping. Fuck. It says use code. Oh, there's a code I can use. Okay, I got free shipping. They reduced it. They're not charging me for shipping now. Well, I want next business day, free shipping. No, they're not going to do that. That would have been nice. Okay. All right. I'm actually doing it. I'm ordering this box of cards. It's a small, very small box, though. So thank you, whoever recommended, what is this, fanatics.com. Thanks for recommending it. And I just ordered the box from there. It's going to be coming within a week or two. It should definitely be here in time for Smark Guys, okay? So there you go. Will PPP buy one too? I can ask if he wants to get it, and we could open our boxes together and see who actually gets the better cards. That would be funny if, like, one of us gets, like, a crazy good card, the other person gets, like, nothing at all, right? Anyway, all right, well, folks, thank you for watching the Level 1 podcast today. I hope you found the show entertaining. It's now time to end it. Sadly, we didn't hit the goal. I was really hoping that we would hit the goal by the end of the show, so that way we'd only have one goal to work towards, and we might even be able to do, the DSP tries it today. I actually legitimately am craving a quarter pounder, and I was like, man, I would like one today, but obviously I can't get one if we're gonna do DSP tries it in like a day, so I can't have it. So now I gotta hold off, and we gotta wait until we hit these goals. All right. So hopefully we will hit the goal on this stream. We got more than a third into it. Please support the stream, guys, and thank you for hanging out with me. I hope that you enjoyed the show. Tomorrow will be a fun one because tomorrow we're going to talk about not only this Lost Records game, but more about Avowed. We'll also be talking about information about this Fatal Fury beta, which will be out already. So I'm sure there's going to be information about it on the internet. It should be a good time tomorrow. So thank you all for watching the Level 1 podcast. I hope you enjoyed the show, and I will see you tomorrow for another great one. Peace out.